When I'm working with the white Conte on the black background, remember we're trying to get this idea that we're now drawing the lights. The Conte on this Mi-Tintes paper doesn't erase as well. It will erase, but it doesn't erase as well. So you need to work very carefully when you're sketching this stuff in. Sketch in very light. And okay, I shouldn't say light, I should say softly. Sketch in with a soft touch. You should still be sketching loose and gesturally. I mean, an object like this, it's a little bit easier to outline it. But notice I'm going ahead and just going to do the standard quick gesture drawing. Something else I might want to do is already start putting in early on in the drawing. If I can move away from line and move into area of value and shape as quickly as possible, that's better. I'm going to do it real loose and foggy. So this, we're trying to get somewhere closer to like what we had with charcoal, where we just get a real quick like shape by shape gesture drawing of the whole thing. If we leave them really softly applied, the values, it shouldn't be that much of a problem because nothing in the drawing is going to be totally black except for a few little spots. So I'm just drawing anywhere where there's light, anywhere where I think I might want black paper, I'm drawing around it. But I'm trying not to go, what I'm really trying not to do is go and create like a definite white boundary all of a sudden. I may want to change that boundary later. And I don't want to do too much erasing. Like, I don't have the proportions here correct. I'm going to have to change that eventually. But I'm going to try and do that change through shading. Also, I'm working at first in a like really flat screen frame of mind. Like, I don't want to get overwhelmed by all of the reflectance properties and refraction of the light and things like that. So like in this area, I'm just looking at, I'm not trying to think about this is, actually that's probably, no, that's the reflection of the cup. It's not me. Good, I didn't show up in the photograph. I'm not trying to think about what that is there. I'm just looking at it as a shape. I'm going to overdo the whites now. This is going too far too fast. But I want to show you what I'm talking about, where I'm now working in shape. So I'm just looking at, like back when we did the drawing of Marv from Sin City, and we were drawing in shadow. That's why we wanted to develop this sense of area first, where we're coloring out to the perimeters of things. While I'm doing this, I should also be trying to, where there are gradients, set up a sense of gradient. So over here it gets a little bit darker. I'll go ahead and set up that gradient. The spoon's overall a little lighter. It has this shape here. Alright, and that's pretty much the approach. It's just you'll go slower than I am, and you'll build your values. You'll build the lights much more slowly. You'll start with that, and then just each pass you go back over, you add a little bit more value, a little bit more value. As that gets in place over there, then maybe I'll decide, okay, this whole area is not actually black. And I'll put a little bit of light over it. But we really want this to develop out of a fog of loosely defined shapes. And then the motto I would have in mind is, as you go, you're going to brighten and tighten. So you brighten the brights and you tighten up the edges. Like here the edges are all foggy. Then I'd come in and make them crisp and well defined where they need to be. Like right now, the edge of the spoon is totally foggy. I could reshape it to be anywhere in the drawing. As I get further along, I get more committed to where that edge is at. So brighten and tighten with each successive pass. That's the basic approach.